do another take. Let's do another take. Check, 1, 2. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, is my shirt on? Is my shirt on? All right, is my shirt on straight? Oh, I think I got the shirt on backwards. I wish I could sing. I'm Chris O'Hara, back for another tutorial. Today we have a David Gray song. It's a nice song. It just came out, I think, pretty recent. It's called Back in the World. And so what I'm going to do in this tutorial, I'm going to show you some easy ways of playing and also some little trickier ways that can help kind of spice things up a little bit. So I'm going to have this music in the tab on my website, and hopefully I'll include it in the video so you can see it there. But you can check out the description below, and you can go to my website, find the link to download the music, as well as navigating through this tutorial. So if you want to jump to like the chorus section or the ending or something like that, it's a good way to kind of jump around this tutorial. I try to be as detailed as I can, but without going too overboard. So anyway, let me know what you think. Hopefully it's enough information so you can play this song. All right, hopefully you enjoy it, and let's get started. All right, so let's get into this song. So let's start with this intro part. There's two kind of parts to this. There's the guitar part that we're going to start with, and then we're going to work on a little bit of the piano part. So here's what the guitar part does in the beginning. It's basically around an A chord, and there's a lot of ways you can actually hold this A chord down. The way I like to do it is using this bar for this, and the reason why is because we don't need the whole A chord to ring out. We just want 3 strings, which is going to be the 5th string, the 4th string, and 3rd string. So basically these 3 strings here, and we're going to be kind of toggling back and forth. So what I'm doing is I'm using a hybrid picking, which is using my pick and fingers to do this. You could use just your fingers. If you were to do that, you're going to use your thumb on the 5th string, and then the 1st and the 2nd on the next 2 strings over. Just like that. So I'm going to use the pick, so you can choose, but try with the pick. I think it could be a good way of doing it. So I'm going to hit the bass note, or the open 5th string, which is an A, and then I'm going to pluck the other 2 strings. I'm going to go like this. It's an 8th note rhythm, so practice doing this, going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just like that. Not too bad. So that's going to be 2 measures. So I'll do it for the whole 2 measures. It's going to sound like this: 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now I'm going a little bit slower than the record, just so you can kind of hear and see what I'm doing. All right, so the next part, I think that's pretty easy. Most of you will be able to get this. Now the next part, there are a few ways to do this next section here. So the first one is going to be just the simple way, which is going to be a D chord to an A chord. Just like that, pretty simple. And the rhythm is going to be like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So there's a strike on 1 and also the and of 2. So here it is a little bit more, a little quicker basically. So it's going to go 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and just like that. Now, if those chords are pretty simple for you and you're kind of working on some of your bar chords, try this one. This is a good, I like these shapes because they seem to match nicely with the piano, with the piano part on the song. So it's going to be D to an A/E, which is this shape. It's like an A bar chord, except I'm not using these outer strings here, so I can kind of reconfigure a little bit my fingers to just play just those middle 4 strings. I'm still going to use this sort of that hybrid picking. So here's my first chord, D. Hopefully you know this one. It's 5th fret, 7, 7, 7. Got my finger barred across here. I'm not playing this first string. I'm just going to keep the fingers on the middle 4 sets, just like that. Really want to arch this finger to get that bar down. It's tricky. It can be tricky if you're not used to this chord, but kind of work on it. It's a good chord to know. Here we go. So we got that one. Then we're going to go to that, like I said, that A/E, just like this. Same rhythm as we were doing down here. I'm just going to do it up here. 2 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3. I'll slow it down just a little bit. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 3 and I'm doing a little bit of that kind of tap there. 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Try to subdivide if you can. It's better if you can count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. If you can't do that, just go da, 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 da. That could be real helpful to get you in the right rhythm. So hopefully that makes sense. So the whole intro is going to be this chord, or this part here, 1, 2. And when the piano comes in doing this, 2, that part is still going on in the background. You'll hear that. Another little side note on this part, this piano part here, there's what they call contrary motion happening in these chord changes. And what that means is you have parts that are moving in opposite direction. The bass is moving up from this bass note to this one, and the upper structure of the chords is going from this note to this note. So it sounds like this. So with the full chord. So that's why that kind of works pretty well. It's a pretty common technique and is used a lot to make it sound nice and smooth and slick. All right, so let's so the whole intro, let me play it for you. It's going to be 2 measures of this, and then it's going to be twice through these sets of chords, but twice through would consist of really this twice. That may sound confusing, so let me explain it to you, or let me play it for you. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. That would be one time. It's a 2-bar phrase, so that's one time, and we do that twice before we actually get into the verse. So from the beginning, we have this 1 and 2 and 4, and again 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just like that. Then the verse he would come in singing. The nice thing is we've already pretty much learned that part, which is this 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, just like that. Not so bad. So that's going to be 4 times. Again, this is twice through is 1 time. So that's 1 time. Second time. 3rd time. Last time. Alright. Then we get into the pre-chorus, which is an F sharp minor, barred right here. Gotta know these bar chords are coming real handy. Next chord is going to be an A, so you can do the A a couple ways. You can go down here and play your standard A. I like to use my second 2, 3, and 4 fingers for that A. A lot of people learn it this way, which is fine. This one feels comfortable for me because I like this chord usually is used a lot with the E chord, and it's a nice fingering to move between the A to that E. So anyway, it's a little side note on that. You can use whatever you want, doesn't matter. Here we go, F sharp, and we go back to the F sharp. We can also use this A up here, just use a regular bar. That could be a nice one to go to because you're already in that bar shape. You could just slide up to the 5th fret and play that shape right there. So it's going to be the same rhythms. We have F sharp minor, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then we go back into the ding dong, do D, and it repeats after this. Back to F sharp, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, just like that. So work on that rhythm and count. You definitely want to take it slow and get the changes to happen for you, and make sure that you're getting the rhythm consistent. All right. So that's the pre-chorus, and that's twice. And then instead of going to the chorus, he jumps back into the verse, or the second verse, I should say. And that's when the bass enters, and it changes things up a little bit. It goes like this. The bass enters and plays this nice little line. It goes like this: 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. Same kind of rhythm. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So what I like to do is include that into my chord shapes to just kind of enhance that nice little part that's added to it. So excuse me. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the same chord, D, and then we go to the same chord, A/E. Have an E in the bass there. And then we're going to go to a D with an F sharp, and the one I'm using is this. And this is a nice chord because it's like it's used quite a lot. Oops. So anyway, I like to kind of use that shape to do some of those kinds of licks in there. So what it is 7th fret, da, 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 just like that. I'm not playing the first string. I'm using my 3rd finger here on the 9th fret. So you have to really kind of get a good grip on the guitar to be able to play this chord. You could drop the thumb. Sometimes that helps. So here's the D going into this D with an F sharp. The F sharp, when you see those slash chords, if I haven't said this already, it basically means that the letter to the right of the slash is the lowest pitch that you're supposed to play. So if it's D/F sharp should be the lowest pitch. In this case, it is here. In this chord, the lowest pitch is D, that note there. These are called inversions. A lot of times that note to the right of the slash may be a note that's not part of the chord. In this case, it is. So this F sharp here is already part of that D chord. Because here's an F sharp right here in this shape here. Same thing with this. That's the F sharp there. We're just moving that to the lowest portion of the chord. So if you don't already know that, a little tip there for you. So anyway, so I go from here, and then it goes back to the A with the E. Same concept. E is the lowest pitch right here. So here's what it sounds like strung together. We have 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, and 3. So I'm trying to bring out that line there. 2 and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that's kind of a nice, cool little part. So if you can try to bring that out, that would be killer. It'd be awesome. So after we do that, so that's going to be a total of 4 times. And just like before, here's 1 time. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that's 1 time. You got to go through 4 times of that. Then you get into the pre-chorus, just like before. No change on that, except what we're going to do is we're going to add that little extra D with the F sharp in the part. So it's going to be 1, 2, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and it repeats again. F sharp. 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, just like that. So after twice through that, then we're just going to go back to the F sharp, hold that for a whole measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Then he comes in with this little piano part and sings this line, which is a nice little thing. It's kind of based off an A chord. And then it goes into a D major 7. I kind of add this part. It's maybe not exactly what he's playing on it, but it sounds really nice because it's kind of a combination of the guitar and the piano. But let me back up and do this again so you can see what this is. So this little melody line goes like this: 2 on the 3rd string, open, 2 on the 2nd string, open on the 1st string, back to 2 on the 3rd string. So But let me kind of back up, play real slow. So here's from the F sharp. This is 2 measures before the chorus. So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and like that. Let me do that again. I think you got it. I'll just do it just in case. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2. So what I like to do, that last 2 before the chord comes in, I like to hit it with my second finger, because I'm using this D major 7. You could bar this, but I use these fingers because I want to do that little. It'd be hard to do that with the bar here. So here again, if I have my second finger on that last 2 before the chord, it sets up that shape like that. Just like that. Pretty simple, right? Then it goes to this chord, which is a C sharp minor 7. There's a lot of ways to play this chord, but I chose this one because it's really close to this D major 7 and the next chord, which is going to be F minor. So that's why I kind of chose this one in here. So what's tricky about the chorus, though, is a little bit of the timing of the chords. So we have a whole measure of D major 7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we have 2 more beats of it, 1 and 2, and then we go to this chord for only 2 beats, 3 and 4 and F sharp. Don't worry too much about this, what you have to do with a strum just yet. What we want to do is just get the timing of where the chords are supposed to land. So you can just do something simple like this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So let me show you actually how to play that. That may help. So I'm barring this for the C sharp minor. I'm barring here on the 2nd fret. Got my 4th finger here on the 4th fret, and my 3rd finger right here on the 4th fret as well, but on the 3rd string. And then I'm barring from all the way to the 4th string. So it's 2, here it is, 2, 4, 2, 2, 4. It's tough to get that bar there. You could just simply play a C sharp minor if you want to do that. This one sounds a little nicer, I think. And then to the F sharp. So practice getting the timing as a 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 2. It goes back to that little line again. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you probably saw me add that little part. I did hear that, I think it was in the piano on the F chord. He goes something like that. And what that is, if you can really get the bar here, I'm just adding that 5th fret here. So it kind of becomes an F sharp minor 7. That's what this chord is. It's like lifting up from that 4th finger here. Turns into F sharp minor, but that frees that 4th finger to go. 2, 3, 4, whoops. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that chorus is played a total of 4 times. But on the last time, instead of adding that, it just strums it. So let me play you what it would sound like the 4th time through that whole section. It'd be like 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's going to go back into the with the D with the F sharp, right back into the verse. So the verse is going to be same as the other one, so it's kind of 4 times through. Then we go back to the pre-chorus. If you remember that, it's just F sharp to an A to a. You can strum those chords. I know in the past I was saying doing hybrid, but you can definitely strum those. So don't be afraid to do that. It's kind of a cool effect as well. You can mix it up. Be creative with this song. So it goes back to the pre-chorus, and we go back into the chorus. Now, this next chorus that we play, it's repeated a total of 6 times. So you got a lot of repeats on that second chorus. Then after we play it 6 times, it stays on that F sharp for 1 more measure. And then there's a little breakdown where it goes back to that it's just the piano part. Whoops. Just back and forth between these 2 chords without the F sharp because the bass is out at that part. And it just does those 2 times with dun, 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 dun. Then it adds the bass back in, and they kind of jam out on that with the F sharp, D with the F sharp, and they do this total of 7 times at the end. Dun, dun. So let me back up again and play from the last time through the chorus into this sort of ending kind of jam section. So if I go 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then it goes into then it goes into the this is the jam, back into that section. So hopefully that makes sense. When you listen to it, I think you'll probably pick up on what you have to do, and hopefully the sheet music will be clear on that. So it does that last little jam 7 times, and then to end it, you're just going to go like this. Just play a D to an A, just like that. Pretty simple. So hopefully you got this song down. It's a nice new song by Mr. Gray, so hopefully you like it. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Hopefully you learned how to play this song, or at least kind of get you started working on this song, and it's a good one to have in your repertoire. So if you're interested in private lessons, definitely let me know. Send me an email and we'll set something up. I do Skype lessons, so it doesn't matter where you are, we can do a lesson. It's a great way to kind of speed your learning up, and I know your time is very valuable, so let me help you save that time so you can go out and do other things. There's so much information out there, and it's tough to sift through this, and I've done this for many, many years, so I can help you get to the information, the good stuff that you need to work on. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.